Okay. I think I got it back, right? Oh yeah, and yeah, I'm gonna buy new armor in a second anyway. I don't remember which one sells for more though. I'll just de-equip them both. You get the swift boots because she already has a much higher agility. Okay. Ah! This dude, I think, is the only character in the game that I wrote any sort of accent for. I mean, it's a little subtle, but... Man, I got a lot of fucking mileage out of that one little sprite edit I did. Which was a real pain in the ass to do, but... I mentioned this too, because, he's like, oh, maybe if I help them, I can get, permission to have some of their food to take back with me or anything. And then immediately after getting back, you can go run through the storehouse and just start taking everything. I was like, that's a little weird. That doesn't exactly go in line with his personality. So that's why I put in that bit where he's like, hey, if you need a little bit of food, feel free. See if I can remember where they all are. I think there's 4 in here. There's 3. The 4th one is... this one? Nope. There we go. Oh, fuck. I forgot I even picked up the first one in the forest. They both go to you. No, actually, the edited sprite where he looks down and looks sad is one I did on my own. I think I'm going to save the rest for Talana. Probably not going to need anything from the item shop. Let me get armor first. And sell all my crap. Let me see what I need for... Wait, did I really not pick up any more? Oh, there they are. I was like, hold up, I should have much more money than that. There we go. Now, I happen to know, because I made the game, that the upcoming battles, I'm going to need some physical defense. So that's why I'm going to get that. And do I want the enchanted robes? They might be nice when I get to this one battle. I think I'll be okay without them, though. I think that's what I'm going to get for now. Oh. Does she start with leather armor? When I think she starts with hide armor. I'll come back to that. I like this, by the way. I stole this from a picture of Tom Clancy's property. I think. The rumor is there's a sign outside of Tom Clancy's house that says, trespassers will be shot, survivors shot again. So I stole that and throw it in right there. Everything around here is really examinable, but like I said, I'm just doing a quick test play of everything, so I'm running through it pretty fucking fast. I do want one more of those for when she eventually joins me. What's in here? Oh. I'm not talking to anybody, I'm not interacting with anybody, just... Which I know, like, would be a good part of playtesting, but at the same time, I don't want to show everything in my game. I do want people to give it a try, so... I want to leave a little bit of mystery, I guess. Actually, I wonder if I should upload these to YouTube or not. I'm still not sure that I have the right effect on this that I wanted. I wanted it to be like, he tries to run and save her, and it's that, you know how when you're, like, in dreams you're being chased, you always feel like you're running super fucking slow? Like, I really wanted him to be like, ah! And he's just too slow to get there. He's too slow to save. He was too slow to save people at Northwall, and he was too slow to save people on this, too. Because that kind of keeps happening to him. This a conversation has a line that changes too, depending on whether you chose to save Talana or not. Because if you say, I will save her, which I did, then he says... here we go. You even said our lives were worth less than that girl you knew nothing about. Which is kind of, I guess, like a little, you know, for the people who are like, wait, why am I saving this girl I know nothing about? Ben sort of needles you about that, like, you just fucking met her, and you seriously said that you would save her over us. And if you say, no, I don't want to save her, though, then I think he says, you will always be alone, or something like that. It doesn't specifically reference your choice, but I just wanted the player to feel bad. Now here's something. This is a parallel process event running, so there's actually a wait command and then a dialog box that pops up after this. But because it's a parallel process, you can move around. And that's kind of a bug, but I like the way it works. Because then before he gets the door, he's like, guess we have to settle this. Alright, let me save it. I recently lowered her attack power. I changed it. It was 100, and now it's 85. And I lowered her hit points from 1,200 to 1,000. So I lowered her damage and her health a little bit. I'm sure you would like to know why Northwall was attacked, but that's, like, part of the mystery of the game, man. I haven't wrote the explanation for that yet. I'm pretty close to it, actually. If you change her name, if it's not Talana and you say whatever you change it to is safe, there's an extra bit of dialogue where man goes, blah blah blah, whatever the name you called her. Is that what you're calling her now? Oh, I guess I didn't actually make use of that infusion. I probably should have. Now, actually, I'm going to find out if lowering her attack from 100 to 85 ends up making her too easy. And I hope not. Yes, because I have enough TP and everyone's good on health. I will be able to Searing Light in a second. Ooh, now she's going to do damage. Also, when she puts Zeal on herself, she has 0 physical defense, so Frenzy is the fucking way to go, man. Oh boy, that's no good. Ooh, that's cool. Love critical heals. Okay, I'm good on that. I don't need the regen, so we're just gonna do damage. And I have Swift Boots on, so I can't be affected by that. Did I miss? I did miss that. Well, let me lower her defenses back down. And build up a little bit more TP. Let's... I don't know. I'll go Searing Light. Build up a little bit more TP, and then we'll transform. And she has another turn coming up, so let's Frenzy for now. Well, she doesn't have another turn coming up. I guess I lied. Fuck yo, bleed! Which I think lowers her defense to 0, so Heaven's Wrath is no good, so Searing Light's gonna be the way to go. But since she's got lower defense, Frenzy should fuck her shit up. And I am out of TP. Let's see if I can remove that bleed. He'll probably get killed in a second, but I'm sure Talon I can finish him off anyway. Or I could just use one of my revive items. Ah, fuck. Oh, I don't have enough. Damn. I'm short 5 TP. Whatever, the battle's over. Fuck yo shit! And I think that's the last, like, relatively straightforward battle. It's just a real simple palette swap of all the skin tones to reds. I think it's, like, almost cliche. I don't know that I like this dialogue either. I like Suven's lines, but I don't like Talana's shit when she's talking to Marion. I gotta figure out how to make it better. It sounds too cheesy. And the funny thing is, I've already changed it once. I didn't like it before, so I changed it again, but I still don't like it. I also changed it now. You can go find Marion in her house now that you've beaten her. There's not much to it. It was basically just a graphic of her in the bed. It was I had initially thought maybe I should put her in the inn, and then I realized I couldn't put her in the bed and have the covers overlap her and whatnot, so I just decided to do nothing. And later on I decided I did actually want to do that, so I just custom created a tile for her. So this isn't actually an event in the bed, it's just its own tile. She did leave the town, but I mean, I gotta buy equipment for her. What am I gonna do? Take her out of the party so you have no idea what's gonna be an upgrade? I think that's all she can use. Do I need items? Oh, fuck! You know what I realized? You know what? No, never mind. I missed something at the item shop that I did not interact with, and now because I fought Marion, you can't get it anymore. It's minor, but I'll let you know that if you decide to go play this game on your own, there's a little something that I ended up skipping in the item shop that you should do after you get back from the forest, but before you sleep at the inn. This used to be the end of the demo, so I actually had to go back and change up a lot of this conversation once I'd laid out more of the story. I still don't like that little comment, though, where it's like, why is there a war going on? I have no fucking idea. I mean, it's true, she doesn't know, but... But I do like that little zinger. And that line. I like those two lines. And this. There's so much exposition in this scene, and there's a lot of explanation about what's going on and whatnot, and I'm thinking that this may actually be better if I do a map transfer and show a little bit more about what's going on here, which will probably involve having to create at least one custom sprite. But this whole thing where he's like, do you know why Northwall was constructed? And he talks a little bit about who Galarond was, and why is Northwall there in the first place, and what's the deal with the monsters, and yada yada yada. But it's a little too It kind of feels like an Aaron Sorkin scene, really. The walk and talk. Aaron Sorkin did The West Wing and House, I think. But he's a big fan of the walk and talk kind of thing, and that's really what's going on here. But it's too much dialogue. It's too much talking without anything else really going on. It's important information, so I mean I don't want to get rid of it. But I think I should change how the scene goes. Although I do like this, where he just fucking stops. I keep accidentally calling it a castle. It's a fort, not a castle. I think a castle would imply it being bigger. I should really fix that. There's the cleric being hopeful and optimistic, and Talana being like, yeah, that shit ain't gonna happen. You think so? Do you think it's good just leaving it as them walking and talking? You don't think I should add in more visuals, like not like a flashback straight up, but just more like the dialogue being over, I don't know, you know what I'm getting at. Are you with Varsina? Fucking who? I don't... Okay, I tried to make this a whole bunch of movement and conversation and everything really quickly, but since I can only show the one dialogue box at a time... right here. It's supposed to be like, everyone's going crazy and... Alright. Now interesting, if you transform here in this battle, you get a different reaction from everybody than if you don't. So I'm not going to do it right now. I will let you guys figure that out. But if you transform during this battle, then everyone, you get different dialogue options. But it ends pretty quickly. I think it's like a 2 or 3 turn battle or something. I should really up their damage, though. They don't seem very threatening. Because I wanted this to be sort of a misdirection kind of battle. Not to mention, like, the soldiers need to seem like they can stand up to not just you, but to the West Sylph soldiers. And if they're only doing 5 or 6 damage to you, it doesn't look like they're terribly effective. Although, in all fairness, East Sylph has been getting the shit kicked out of them, so... I mean, obviously they're not the better soldiers, but... Now this, too! I found that if you spammed the confirm button and you made this, all display instantly, like, that, he would stop talking before he got to the end of his walkway. So I actually added in an additional, some extra commands to the events and whatnot, so that if you do spam through this dialogue before he finishes talking, then it makes sure to wait until he gets to the steps to do the map transfer. Although in hindsight, I realize it probably would have been much easier to just add Cosgrove to the party, and then turn on where your party followers are behind you, and just have him fucking walk to the steps, instead of actually eventing him out, walking all the way up here and using wait commands and whatnot. He does this a couple times, where Talana says some really direct shit, and he's like, yo! Yeah, I'd have to probably parallax a fucked up carpet. There's not really any tiles. I tried adding in, like, some cracks to it, but that just looked really bizarre, and I tried adding in some... I tried adding a lot of stuff to the carpet to make it look more... trodden on, at least, or maybe ripped or something. And I just couldn't find anything, so I think I'd have to go in and do a picture overlay or something to it. Take a drink of my tea. This... I had this music track in the original opening to the game, and I ended up taking it out. And it sat in my files, even when I uploaded different versions of the demo and had people play it. This track was still in there, and I ended up not getting to use it until here. So it was just wasted space for a really long time. Actually, I think every single light source in this game, every lantern and every, what do you call the little things with fire on top of them? The lamp, I guess. It's not a lamp, but, you know. I think every single one of them is mapped out to provide a 3 square wide circle of light. They're all this bright. But then when I go in and edit the lights for them, I cut them down in case they come across walls or anything like that. Oh, yeah, there's stuff over here, by the way, for those who care to do a little bit of exploration before you start running off. And a useful piece of equipment up here. Well, sometimes useful. It really depends who you're fighting, I guess. But in this particular instance, I will find it useful. Here's the thing. It cuts down on your agility, so he acts a little bit less often, which can sometimes fuck you over. But it is more defense, and it protects you against fire damage, which I happen to know is coming up. Here's another thing, too. You can go outside, and there's really nothing up here. And I feel like I should either prevent you from going outside, or I should add some little thing for going up here. Because Cosgrove said, he's like, you know, fucking get everyone up on the walls, make sure she doesn't float anyone up there, etc., etc. Like, there's mention of protecting against people going up. And oh yeah, I never gave her all those items I wanted to give her. Okay. So these guys have a really high defense. If you try to attack them without using Heaven's Wrath first... I kind of want to make the soldiers a little more complicated. And, oh, I don't have that yet. Because all they have is attack and Ice Lance, and that doesn't make them... You think... I'll de-equip them. Yeah, if you think they're mandatory. Let me get rid of them. I will not use anything that's hidden. I'll get rid of that. I'll get rid of that. This is all stuff I bought. The Blazing Mace, I think. Oh, you know what? There was even a better mace. The Steel Mace would have been an upgrade to this, and I didn't buy it at the weapon shop. So, and I will take off the leather cap. And I'll get rid of the vaccine amulet. So now I'm not using any hidden items whatsoever. Nothing except the regrowth flask. I can't really get rid of that. And, like, there's some potions and stuff. But I'll totally de-equip all this extra shit. Anyway, I wanted to make the soldier maybe a little bit more interesting than what he has. But at the same time, like, you really only get a soldier for 3 battles. So it's not like he needs to be particularly complicated. But really, what are you going to do other than just spam the shit out of Ice Lance? Ha! That Heaven's Wrath, man. Not that I need the TP, but just to restore some magic points. What's he rocking here? Yeah, whatever. I'm just killing time, really. I probably should have just had her transform so I can fucking kill him. There we go. Am I level 6 yet? Not level 6 yet. I should give you enough experience to make you level 6 at this point. Oh, shit. Go back. Interesting, since he's silenced, I can't cast any magic, and since I don't have any TP, I can't cleanse it. Too bad, so sad. And... actually... well, this is the version that's currently out, actually. I just released this new version 3 days ago, and the only change I've made is the one that I mentioned earlier about Marion. About her being toned down a little bit. And I made it so this upcoming battle, transforming into hybrid form makes you immune to the broken debuff. Which actually is a pretty major change for this next boss. Yay, Deadly Wound in Altered Form. I really like those abilities. I think this battle's probably unnecessary. I could probably take it out. It's not really doing anything that's all that useful. Son of a bitch. He's only got like a 1 in 4 chance to use that, I think. So that's actually really shitty luck. Of course, I could be using Deadly Wound. In fact, why don't I use Deadly Wound and stop him from healing himself? Or just kill him, whatever. Alright. Why don't I top up a little bit? Yeah, I'll just fucking fill up. That'll be fine. Now, I am going to show you one hidden item here, although I won't end up using it. Just because I'm trying to make a point about, you know, you don't have to have all the hidden items and whatnot. But, if you manage to keep Cosgrove alive in this fight, you get a bonus item. And it's one of Galaran's books, which was also... never mind, I told you I wouldn't tell you about something about that, but... it's one of 3 items. There's 3 spell books of Galaran's that give you various abilities, and they're hidden throughout the game. And I already passed up one. This is where you get the second one. You get it by keeping Cosgrove from dying. But here's the thing. And I expect most people are never going to get this item, and I'm honestly okay with that. It's really just for the people who are like, wait, no, I want to go back and try this again. If you kill... both guards, then... oh, you know what? Then Celandine is like, oh, you thought you could kill my guards and it'll all be fine, da-da-da, like, fuck you, and he just lays absolute waste to Cosgrove. So... you might be able to save him by buffing up his defense and keeping him topped up and shit. But the other way to save him is to only leave one guard alive and then kill Cosgrove, which is basically like hard mode for the fight. So I'm gonna give that a try. He is a cleric, yeah? I don't understand the wizard comment. Oh, you know what? I should have used Conviction. Jesus Christ. I need to go in and look at their behavior. They're not supposed to be using potions that much. I wonder if it's set to, like, somehow I accidentally changed it for testing purposes and made it all 9. Because they're not supposed to use a potion that goddamn much. Ooh, I kind of want to fuck them up now. I'll just kill him. Okay, do I have enough TP? I do have enough TP, so I'm going to Lunar Wound him. And then they're both already slowed, so I'm good. So now, okay, so check this out. He's got Scorching Rage on, which lowers all his defense, and he's got Lunar Wound on, which makes him take double holy damage. Bam! Aw, that didn't hit nearly as hard as I was hoping. Maybe Frenzy does more. Maybe... Yeah, I think Enrage only... Oh, fuck, I should have Deadly Wounded him. Oh, well. I totally put in a dialogue thing when you walk by the cave where he says, oh, there's something strange in that direction. And you have to take 2 steps to that direction that he faces. Let's get his defenses down. And is he still slowed? He is not slowed. I guess I'll top him back up. Ah, shit. I gotta get Deadly Wound for that. Much as I'd rather actually buff her up, I really need to get that down. But... and let's slow him down. If you're wondering why I'm continually using that slash ability, it's because it applies the chill effect, which lowers enemy agility, I think, by like 30%. And... I didn't keep Deadly Wound up on him. If I kept Deadly Wound, it would have been better. Oh, right. I need more fucking TP. Wait a minute. I didn't think he was even below 50%. Oh, maybe he was because I was using my slash ability on him, my freezing slash. That would make sense. Does he have? He does. Let me rapid strikes instead then. How are we doing here? Let's just fuck him up. Boy, I should lower his magic defense. I didn't think it was that fucking high. I really want Suven to be doing more damage to him than he is. Well, her gloves. I mean, it's the broken debuff's just supposed to be for weapons and armor. I can't make her totally immune to it, you know? It'd be too easy. Anyway, that's doing the fight the hard way. Having that extra soldier in there really prolongs everything out, because he keeps applying silence and slows and shit. Yeah, alright. Yay, some items. Yay, more abilities! Yay, I saved Cosgrove! Da, 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 da. But he does still kind of have to die. I love that. Every time Maestro shows up, he's always like, you! You always say that. I have a name, you know. Well, the fight stretches out because I purposely picked the hardest way to do it. If I had taken out that other guard and if I had applied Deadly Wound, it would have gone much faster. But also, I mean, the boss fights, as you pick up more party members and as you continue on, tend to be a bit longer than the early fights because they're more complex. Now, given I don't want them to feel like they're repetitive exactly. Like, I still want there to be some strategy involved in it. So I may take down... I definitely want to lower Celandine's magic defense. Because the only person who's going to be hitting him with magic is Suven. And he's not doing enough, even with, like, Lunar Wound applied and shit like that. So I'm definitely going to lower his magic defense so that Suven will do more damage and the fight will be over a little bit faster that way anyway. I'm skipping, like, all the fun parts of the dialogue and all, but, I mean, fuck it, I'm just playtesting my game. You want to know, you can go play it. They're not spells meant for an arcane user, they're all holy spells. You know, it's a holy damaging spell. It applies holy fire. This is, you know, Heaven's Wrath, Holy Barrage. I think one of his other ones is called Divine Burst. They're all holy spells. They're not arcane magic. I like this little conversation, by the way. Well, so who the hell's in charge? Like, can we leave? Right. Oh, wait, I got new items from Celandine. It's a small upgrade. And a new mace. This is a much bigger upgrade. Okay, now like I said, we're not using any of these optional items. So I could equip it, but I'm not going to. And I'm not equipping the frost armor or anything. No optional items. I really enjoyed designing this whole place. I hated mapping it, because I always hate mapping, but I really enjoyed making this place. Those fucking floating lights were such a pain in the ass to design. But I am happy with the effect. Ah, fuck it. You can talk to these guys, but I'm not going to talk to all of them. And there is some hidden stuff if you examine all these things. Oh, I think... Is it this one? No, it's this. I like this last entry here. They all know. They all look at me and they know. I don't know how they know, but they know! Alright. So in case you're having trouble figuring out what to do, you know, stuck here, there's walls, shit like that, you may notice this thing glints. That's a hint. Did you catch that? Did you see it? Did you see it? Not the glint. There's something else. It'll happen a couple more times. They didn't push him out of the way. Did you see it? This dialogue all changes too, depending on whether you choose to help Cosgrove or let him die, and if you do choose to help him, whether or not you save him. I don't like using the little the ellipse emoticon thing that goes over their head. I really don't like that. Oh look, a mirror. I wonder what happens if I interact with it. I love this too. It sort of breaks the fourth wall a little bit, but I like this. You're kidding, right? This place is in shambles, we're talking to spirits, and you want to haggle over potions? And if you say good point, like straight up, no fucking item shop for you. Which I will. No, nothing happens if you stand in the light. It's just supposed to be floating spirits and shit. It's just for atmosphere. They're supposed to be floating, like, above the ground and everything. Okay, let's see if I can do this without getting burned once. Ah, damn. I've done it before, though. Okay, one's not bad. If you have the frost armor equipped, you lose 25 hit points for getting hit, and if you don't, you lose 50 hit points for getting hit. So you think you can get hit, like, 12 fucking times or something? Plus you can heal up. I mean, if you use refresh, it heals you back up. You only die if you run out of health. Sort of. Actually, you die if your entire party is at 1 hit point. Which was just sort of some Yeah, anyway. It's a logic puzzle. Yes, if you touch the fire too much, you can get... It doesn't exactly go to the game over screen and force you to reload, but it sets you back to the beginning of the room and makes you do it again. I'm gonna stop this real quick again for video length, so... Be right back.